Yes, I'm a circus freak. Go ahead and laugh all you want. You want to know why I joined the circus? Do you have any idea what my home life was like growing up with 6 sisters who look exactly like me? It was like I didn't even have my own name. I joined the circus because I was scared of spending the rest of my life as a matching set. At least I'm different now. Circus freak is a compliment. Cold read.
Brilliant.
I got
I
emotional.
I know.
It's so
I
good. It was such an
picturing
emotional
the
thing.
sisters.
It's a great
I like seeing Ty Lee being
I mean-
vulnerable and like not always the bubbly herself, and she just got some real talk in. Like, let me let you know.
We finally get some backstory of what she's really about and all that. And I love in any script or whatever origin stories, and that's part of what makes this so great. You get some origin story of May and a little bit more of Zuko, and Azula still doesn't have any introspection really, but for everyone else, you find out a little bit deeper of what's going on.
Azula gets a little bit in the episode. She gets a little bit, but
But I
doesn't
love
go
that she
too
says
heavy
circus
into
freak
it.
is a compliment.
Mhm.
Like, when you would say something as a kid, they'd be like, well,
You gotta
yeah,
take it.
so I know
Yes.
I am, but what are you? I know you are. What am I? It's like, it's kind of great that she just owns it and says, yeah, you think you're being really cool, Zuko. It's actually a compliment. Burn.
Yeah,
I love it too.
exactly. But
Well-
the other thing I thought about when she said she had like 6 sisters that look just like her, I was like, damn, all those guys are hitting on you. You could bring your sisters back over here and
Horrible.
then everyone would be happy.
She didn't want that.
Now it's a party.
That's not the answer.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not the answer.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
She has 6 girls look exactly like her,
Nope.
and all these guys are falling over her. It's
But
like,
she's
I got
trying to be
sisters.
different.
Bring the
She wants to
sisters
stand
Ember Island.
out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the male on the
Yes.
podcast. I love it.
Take one for the
Oh, it
team.
is a part.
Take one for the team.
Do you struggle with being smarter, more powerful, and good-looking than everyone else? Has your goddess-like brilliance ever made it hard to make friends with idiots? If so, you need Azula's terrifyingly great masterclass on manners and etiquette. With this renowned course, critics I have locked in a dungeon are calling a masterpiece in manipulation. You'll learn how to charm even the biggest of losers. Now with a special added chapter on ruining the lives of anyone this book doesn't work on. Azula's terrifyingly great masterclass on manners and etiquette. You'll laugh, you'll learn, you'll dominate the universe.
So after Ty Lee has her infamous speech, May dogs her for wanting attention from everyone. So Ty Lee's forced to turn it back on May, telling her about how dingy and gray her aura is, which I also love when she tells everyone they're going to break out because they're stressing too much. And then it's back to May and Zuko snipping at each other, and Zuko's like, could you please have a reaction to something? And May replies,
What do you want from me? You want a teary confession about how hard my childhood was? Well, it wasn't. I was a rich, only child who got anything I wanted as long as I behaved and sat still and didn't speak unless spoken to. My mother said I had to keep out of trouble. We had my dad's political career to think about. She had to be, that old school, like, don't speak unless spoken to, be part of the wallpaper. It's like kids were just...
children are seen and not heard.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was like a duty to procreate as opposed to like a choice maybe. And I think she's like finally saying, oh my God, all you morons who are constantly talking about yourselves and your feelings, I guess you want me to do the same. And she's even saying no in that. Like, no, I was rich. I got what I wanted.
Right.
As long as I had to keep my mouth shut. I couldn't move a lot. I couldn't express myself, and I couldn't get my family in trouble or we wouldn't have wealth, right? So she was repressed, and that's sad. And
I get that. I get that, Cricket. But, from someone coming from a big family, it sounds like an only kid talking about
Okay,
only
well,
kid
you go ahead and
stuff.
shut that down right now. You shut that down right now. By the way, she's not
Yeah,
an only child
Tom,
anymore.
Tom.
So for those of us who are only children, we're gonna go
Only
ahead.
child.
Some of us
Talk about them
some of us
only
were
child
poor.
blues.
Some of us were poor.
yeah, I mean, I get it. But even if
But I
you're
will
an
say
only
quickly-
child, if your family is repressing your emotions, that's a problem. Like, yeah.
No, I know. I know.
Well, and
I know.
Zuko is
Sure.
asking her to share her emotions, but he can't handle her emotions. He can't even handle his own
snap.
emotions,
Right, he's
Great
saying he's
point.
putting it out there. He's putting it out there.
Great
He's
point.
putting it out there, Olivia. He's putting it out there. He might not be able to
Yeah,
handle it,
well,
but he's
she
putting it
does
out there.
answer.
Don't you guys feel too like there's sort of an alternate universe thing happening with May and Toph when you hear this? Like you hear that this is this experience that May had, and it's almost like that's how
royal
Toph was also
family,
raised.
mirroring.
Like,
Very-
just be like this demure child, and like, oh, she's
It's true.
got to keep her safe, got to keep her locked up, because in her case, she has
Right.
this,
Disability.
disability that they're worried about. But it's almost like had Toph just done what she was told, she could be May. And what if May kind of cracked and ended up going in this other direction? Maybe she would be more like Toph. So I like that. I
That's
feel like
pretty
there's
good.
a
I
cool
like
kind
that.
of
I like
breaking off
that.
of
Azula takes her turn psychoanalyzing and tells May this is why she's afraid to care about anything.
Do you think that's true?
I think she's probably like really committed to being caring about her friends. Like, I think she cares about these people a lot. So I don't know if it's afraid. I think her family just made her feel invisible, and that makes you feel not important, and that what you do may not make an impact. So I do think it's good to psychoanalyze her, but I don't know that I agree that it's fear that she's afraid to care about anything. She just also doesn't know if other people are going to reciprocate in the way she would. And that could be scary.
She could just be in a mood. You know, May is moody sometimes.
She's a teenager.
She could be in a mood.
Yes, she's a teenager. She's a teenager, but she out of everyone is the most grounded,
May.
like slow burn, same person all throughout.
Yeah, she is grounded.
She's actually
She's kind of more grown up than the
voice
rest
of
of us
reason,
in a weird way.
A touchstone. So I don't know if she's moody. I think maybe, but I don't mind. And everyone in this episode is picking at each other. And Ty Lee warns everyone that negative energy is bad for your skin, which is true.
He's not wrong.
Hold up. If like Zuko mirrors Aang, and then like now May is mirroring Toph, is Ty Lee Sokka?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
What's going on here? I don't know what's
at
happening.
some point, right? So
That's true.
two peas in a pod.
They're both fun.
Yeah,
They're
they are
like
both kind of light.
Yeah,
they
energies.
I like that.
are. I know. I like this.
Light and bright.
That's really interesting.
Which leads Zuko, right, to remind everyone what his own dad did to his face. Ouch.
Well, because she's talking about skin. You're talking about pimples, Ty Lee.
Is this
pimples?
the first time? Like, does Ty Lee know previously what had happened to Zuko's
Yes,
face?
Ty Lee knows. We're friends. We're homies from Raspberry Kids. I'm the Prince of the Fire Nation. Everyone knows what happened to me.
You were gone, right, for a while. So I don't know that she knows.
Dante, you're taking all of this gray, dingy energy, and you're
going to break out.
Conversation with our friends. We're all hurting
We're
now.
gonna break out.
We're talking about acne. Are we talking about acne? Look at me. For the love of the Fire Lord, look at my face. And we're talking about acne?
You're going to make me cry. Yes.
I'm going with she didn't know. She does know the origin story. She does know you're burned though, so fair enough. Yeah.
Well, ultimately, he's
okay.
It's not a good look.
Oh, I think you look great, Zuko. You're my boo. I don't care how hard.
Thank you, Cricket.
You're my boo.
Thank you, May.
But ultimately, when
like guys with
Zuko's
scars.
forced to really drill down into his feelings, he's most angry at himself. He wonders if he even knows the difference between right and wrong anymore.
It's a breakthrough for Zuko. This is a real breakthrough moment for him where he's been so angry and he just, and everyone's kind of pressuring him and he has a break, and
because he got so
from
mad that May was like, I'm done. Like, this is crazy. Right. But in a way, you're right. He is.
What? He's hanging out with 3 girls, one being his sister.
But
island.
Olivia, you're right.
After a while, you can only take so much, and you're gonna have to tell them what's going on.
We should all just start beating up on you right now? Is that what you're saying? You're here with 3 girls.
Yeah, exactly what's going on. I just hear it, and then after a while, you're like, I built the fire. I brought you chicken. What do you guys want?
Diamonds. No.
Except you're more mad at yourself. So
yeah. Why are you mad at yourself?
That's what's going on.
But he does get mad at himself. He does get mad at he gets to the place that he's so frustrated. Uncle's not here. My best friend.
Yeah. Well, we
Jet's
see how
gone.
you treat your best
Ron
friend.
John's here.
He was
Chan's here. I know, but why?
Forget Ron John. We don't like Ron John.
Well,
Ron John can go to
you
heck.
don't know their insides. They might be good people.
I don't care about Ron John. He's disgusts me.
Oh,
I'm like,
Lord.
I hate that guy.
Whew. There's some Fire Nation fire
You
coming
go
out.
hang out with Ron John if you want to go hang out with Ron John.
Okay, you ask yourself, well,
This is amazing. This is my new favorite episode of the podcast.
Had it up to here. Zuko's had it up to here. Why am I on vacation with my sister and her best friends? Who thought that was a good idea?
Katie
I don't
did.
wanna
I
do
love
this.
Katie for writing this wonderful episode that we all love.
Katie's like, what every brother wants to do is go on a vacation with his sister and her best
Agreed,
friend.
that doesn't
who
sound
can
One of them
kill
is your
everybody.
girlfriend, so
Yeah, wait.
pipe down.
Kylie is literally
All right.
the
One
only
is my
person who
girlfriend.
wants
That's
to be
true.
there.
It's true.
Nobody else wants
That's
to
true.
be there.
That's true. That's a very good point.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
So
But for Zuko,
how you,
sorry, go.
no, go ahead. No,
do you
go.
want me to do this line or not?
Yeah. I don't. Do you think you can handle it? I'm scared. I don't want you to set this whole set on fire. I'm afraid.
I mean, Zuko's in his feelings right now.
Let's hear it, Zuko.
He's like, for so long, I thought if my dad accepted me, I'd be happy. I'm back home now. My dad talks to me. He even thinks I'm a hero. Everything should be perfect, right? I should be happy now, but I'm not. I'm angrier than ever, and I don't know why.
Woo! That was awesome.
So many feels. So many
Oh,
feels.
Zook.
I really feel for these.
I
I
mean,
really feel for these teens.
I know.
Bend your ear for ad-free episodes with Avatar Braving the Elements Premium.
subscribe today on Apple Podcasts.